Stop doing squats. Here is the trap that so many people over 60 fall into, doing endless squats in the hope that their legs will always stay healthy. But in reality, getting out of a chair still feels difficult, and your steps still lack steadiness. You are not lazy at all. The fault lies in the fact that the traditional squat neglects the most critical muscle groups that determine your balance and fall prevention. But what if restoring your leg strength didn't require expensive gym equipment or punishing exercises? Today, I will show you 5 simple movements specifically designed to wake up those overlooked muscle groups, rebuild your stability, and protect your independence as you age. No gym membership required. What you need is the right strategy right at home. We will start with the most basic movement and gradually upgrade to the gold standard exercise at number 1, the secret weapon for resilient legs after 60. Before we begin, please leave a comment to let me know your age and where you are watching from. I read your comments every day, and I am always inspired to see the members of the Senior BeWell community joining us from all across America and around the world. Now, let's get started. Exercise number 5 is the wall push-up. Weak legs are not always a problem with the legs themselves. The wall push-up improves posture, stability, and body control, creating the foundation for everything that comes next. Stand facing a sturdy wall and place both hands on the wall at shoulder height, about shoulder width apart. Step back until your body forms a straight line from your head to your heels. Tighten your core, keep your chest open, and look straight ahead. Slowly bend your elbows and bring your chest toward the wall over 2 to 3 seconds. When your chest is close to the wall or your elbows reach about 90 degrees, press firmly through your hands and return to the starting position. Breathe in as you lower yourself and breathe out as you push yourself back. Here is where most people go wrong. They move too fast, let their hips sag, or push their hips backward. The goal is not speed, the goal is control. Keep your body aligned from start to finish. If you feel pressure in your lower back, tighten your core even more. If the exercise feels too easy, step a few inches farther away from the wall. If it feels too difficult, move a little closer. During week 1, perform 10 controlled repetitions. During week 2, increase to 15 repetitions. During week 3, stand farther from the wall or add a few more repetitions while maintaining proper form. Now that your foundation is in place, let's move on to a movement that helps restore an ability many people over 60 are gradually losing without realizing it: the ability to lift the legs efficiently with every step. Exercise number 4 is the seated march. This simple movement strengthens the muscles that lift your legs and helps improve balance and mobility. Sit near the front edge of a sturdy chair with both feet flat on the floor. Sit tall with your back straight, your chest lifted, and your shoulders relaxed. Place your hands lightly on the sides of the chair if needed for support. Keep your eyes looking forward and gently tighten your core. Slowly lift your right knee toward your chest as high as you comfortably can without leaning backward. Pause briefly at the top, then lower your foot back to the floor in a slow and controlled manner. Repeat with your left leg and continue alternating from side to side. Focus on lifting the knee using the muscles at the front of your hip rather than swinging your body for momentum. Keep your torso upright and stable throughout the movement. Exhale as you lift the knee and inhale as you lower it back down. Most people make 2 mistakes. They lean backward to help lift the leg, or they move so quickly that the foot simply drops back to the floor. Both reduce the effectiveness of the exercise. During week 1, perform 20 alternating repetitions. During week 2, hold each knee at the top for 1 to 2 seconds before lowering. During week 3, add light ankle weights if available, or slow the lowering phase to 3 full seconds for every repetition. But lifting your legs efficiently is only part of staying steady on your feet. Next, we will strengthen a small muscle in the lower leg that plays a surprisingly important role in preventing trips and falls. Exercise number 3 is the toe lean. This simple exercise helps train the balance response that can keep you from falling when your body starts to move forward unexpectedly. Stand in a corner where 2 walls meet. This gives you support on both sides if needed. For extra confidence, place a sturdy chair in front of you so you can hold on at any time. Stand tall with your feet close together but not touching. Keep your chest up, your shoulders relaxed, and your eyes looking straight ahead. Now slowly lean your entire body forward from your ankles. Keep your body straight. Do not bend at your hips. Do not bend at your waist. The movement should be very small. As you lean forward, you will begin to feel your toes press into the floor. When you feel that pressure, use your toes to gently pull yourself back to the starting position. Move slowly and stay in control throughout the entire exercise. Keep your heels on the floor at all times. Most people make three mistakes. They bend at the hips instead of leaning from the ankles. They lean so far forward that they need to take a step, or they move too quickly and lose control of the exercise. During week 1, perform 10 repetitions. During week 2, increase to 15 repetitions. During week 3, hold the forward position for 1 to 2 seconds before returning to the starting position. Now that we've trained the muscles and reflexes that help prevent a forward fall, let's move on to the muscles that act as the body's natural shock absorbers every time you walk, climb stairs, or regain your balance. Exercise number 2 is the single leg heel raise. This exercise strengthens the calves, improves ankle stability, and helps you stay steady when walking, climbing stairs, or recovering your balance after a stumble. Stand beside a wall, countertop, or sturdy chair for support if needed. Shift your weight onto one foot and slightly bend the opposite knee so it stays off the floor. Stand tall with your chest lifted and your eyes looking straight ahead. Slowly press through the ball of your foot and raise your heel as high as possible. At the top, pause for 1 second and focus on staying balanced. Then lower your heel back toward the floor over 3 full seconds. Keep your movement smooth and controlled. Do not rush. Do not allow your ankle to roll inward or outward. Keep your weight centered over the foot throughout the exercise. Most people make 2 mistakes. They bounce up and down using momentum, or they only move through a small range of motion. The goal is to reach your highest position at the top and lower with full control. If balancing on one foot feels difficult, lightly hold a wall or chair with one hand. As your balance improves, rely less on that support. During week 1, perform 8 to 10 repetitions on each leg. During week 2, increase to 12 repetitions per leg. During week 3, keep the same number of repetitions but lower your heel even more slowly, taking 4 to 5 seconds on every repetition. The previous exercises strengthened specific parts of your body one at a time. Now it is time for the final movement, the one exercise that brings everything together into a single, strong, and stable system. Exercise number 1 is the farmer's carry. This is the most powerful functional exercise in today's program because it trains your legs, hips, core, shoulders, grip strength, and balance all at the same time. It also improves the kind of strength you actually use every day when carrying groceries, lifting bags, holding grandchildren, or walking longer distances. Choose 2 objects with equal weight. Dumbbells work well, but grocery bags, water jugs, or a loaded backpack in each hand can work too. Stand tall with your feet about hip-width apart. Hold the weights firmly at your sides. Pull your shoulders back and down. Tighten your core as if preparing for a gentle punch to the stomach. Keep your chest lifted and your eyes looking straight ahead. Begin walking slowly with short, controlled steps. Stay tall and steady. Let your arms hang naturally without swinging the weights. Focus on maintaining good posture from the first step to the last. Most people make 3 mistakes. They round their shoulders forward, they allow their upper body to lean, or they walk too fast and lose control of their posture. Remember, this is not a race. The goal is to carry the weight while staying tall and stable. If the weight feels too heavy, reduce the load and focus on posture first. If it feels too easy, gradually increase the weight while maintaining perfect form. During week 1, carry the weight for 20 to 30 seconds and repeat for 3 rounds. During week 2, increase each round to 40 seconds. During week 3, carry for 45 to 60 seconds, or hold the weight in only one hand to challenge your balance and core even more. If you could choose only one exercise from this entire video to help maintain strength, stability, and independence after 60, the farmer's carry would be at the top of the list. It strengthens the entire body while teaching you to move through daily life with confidence and control. The real difference between strong seniors and weak seniors is not age, genetics, or luck. The difference is that some people take action while others simply watch and forget. Here is your 3-week challenge. Perform these 5 exercises consistently for the next 3 weeks. Pay attention to how easily you stand up, how steady you feel when walking, and how much confidence you have in your daily movements. A stronger step, easier movement, better balance, more independence. These changes do not come from being younger. They come from training the right way and staying consistent. If you found this video helpful, please like the video, share it with a friend or family member over 60, and subscribe to the channel. Before you go, leave a comment with the words, "I start today," along with your age and where you are watching from if you are committing to this 3-week challenge. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.